FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
And lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a one-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with White? He's a piece of crap.
Hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. I'll fight anybody on FightNetRadio.com.
You are listening to Ken Norton on Fight Net Radio. And I've been thinking that I would come out of retirement just to knock out Lee Honey.
To start the show, because Andrew and I are having a massive debate about the comedic presence and timing of the show. I want to explain this all to you, which will explain the joke, which means we're not doing the joke. This is Fight Net Radio. I was going to see how long I could go without talking about last night until Andrew would force me to talk about it and not tell Andrew that I was ignoring the show from last night, which I think from a comedic standpoint would have been really funny. Just throwing that out to you guys. You missed out on comedy gold because Andrew said, and I quote, "How can you not talk about that shit last night?" And so, Andrew and I are going to talk about the shit from this weekend. There isn't really other news going on. I mean, there were some ancillary things. A brand new impression I want to whip out on you. You ready for the newest one? Thanks to the PBC.
Hi, Andrew.
How's it going?
No. It's Ray Boom Boom Mancini calling you, Andrew.
Oh, shit.
Did I nail it?
Yeah, you're doing pretty good. Yes, sir.
So I was there most of the night, and they just kept asking me shit about, like, these proposed matchups. I don't have a fucking clue, Andrew. I don't.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Tip your waitresses. I'm liking that one a lot. And as Ray gets more tired, right? So they did you didn't see this, right? Because you were dancing with your pregnant wife, which I'm trying to picture in my mind that she's living her normal best life ever, but she's like really pregnant. By the way, visit Andrew online and follow him on social media. You had like regular date night with your pregnant wife. I think it's adorable.
We didn't stay too long. They had 80s night. I didn't want to dance to that kind of music.
I understand. Do you still dance well even though you're 38 years old?
Nah, as long as you have enough beers in me, I guess I do.
That's all that matters. Was she happy?
Yeah, that's it right there, dude.
Did you get some pregnant love later on?
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know. I never got pregnant love. I don't understand that concept. There are guys looking and staring. What are you talking about? I have one child. That particular wife did not at all. I'm just sharing it with you.
Nice.
How many wives were there, Andrew? I keep losing count.
Calm down.
I'm just trying to get in trouble on a Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Did you know that I had 15 different wives? Love me some pregnant love. Just saying it out loud for the room.
So the PBC literally looped for 2 hours after the fight last night. Hi, everybody. Lee Honish, Andrew Labouche. You're listening to a boxing show. It's not like the other boxing
No, it's not. It's not even remotely like the other shows. They try. They actually try. They think that they're real established media. They've got 20 people. They got a web page. And, they got their... Yeah, that's what it is.
I, on the other hand, am strictly into the boxing game for the sheer entertainment value of boxing. Andrew is in it because he still believes it's a sport. After last night, do you still believe that boxing is a sport?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Why not? Why not?
Why not? Okay. Okay, let's just talk about the overall package of yesterday, shall we? For those of you who want to check out the video, we'll have a little bit of video and a little bit of stuff to look at. Go to fightnetradio.com. That's our website. You can ask Andrew and Lee a question. You can listen to last week's episodes. You can follow us on social media. Go to fightnetradio.com. Be a part of the loyal and influential brand. Also, go to LasVegasDiscount.net. Why? LasVegasDiscount.net. Why? Because we're just around the corner from Canelo Alvarez and Cinco de Mayo weekend, Andrew, and now's the perfect time to book your event, right? Just saying it out loud for the room. All right, that takes care of the commercials. So let's talk about last night, and you still think it's a sport, shall we? We are joined today by Ray Boom Boom Mancini. I've been told Manny Pacquiao will be joining us later in the show, as well as Bob Arab, to talk about his tremendous fight card this evening on ESPN. Can't wait. Can you, Andrew? I can't imagine Bob being in better form on St. Patrick's Day, having a Latin boxer against a white guy in the city of Boston. Can you humanly wrap your brain around that?
We'll see. He's getting kind of old. Maybe he's calming down a little. He won't be as red-faced today. There's been some, There's been some moments.
Get back to it. Okay, so there were 18 fights last night, Andrew, because I started watching at 3 o'clock when they didn't even have commentators. So they were streaming it on Facebook at 3 o'clock West Coast time, right? And so I started watching at that point. I watched their entire fight card. Now, if you're asking me, Lee, did you take notes and do a diligent job of being a reporter? No, I did not. And nor would I, because every single fight, except the main event, all 17 or however many there were, and I didn't watch the swing bouts after the fight, right? But I can tell you that the fights that I watched, the 10 or so fights, Andrew, they all ended in lopsided, weird victories. Like, everybody either got knocked out. We had a case where some dude kept low blowing the other dude, and I don't mean he was getting to his knees and blowing the other dude. He was literally hit the dude below the belt 4 times in a row, even though he was being warned repeatedly that he was hitting the dude below his belt. Like, repeatedly. Like, they just...
Well, you know what? That's an upgrade for the PBC. They once had a fighter just walk out of the ring. He didn't even fight. So at least this guy chose to cheat his way out of it. You know what I mean?
Literally every fight was a...
That was the Charles Martin fight, right? The heavyweights?
Yeah, the Martin fiasco.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every fight was a 10-1 fiasco, including the main event, but we'll get to that in a moment. Every fight was a 10-1 fiasco. So if you went, you got to see a lot of knockouts. And they weren't even good knockouts. It's like the bitch, why are you quitting kind of knockouts, right?
Yeah. One in the corner, right?
Oh, there were a lot. I can't.
I'm talking about the pay-per-view card, the little bantamweight fight.
Yes.
Yeah,
bitch, why are you stopping? Bitch, you're the co-main event.
No. I don't think they said bitch though. I don't know if that's.
No, I said it.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Andrew.
Yeah.
I said it. Bitch, get up. In my day, you fight.
Hey, Al Heyman, Leonard Ellerby, they need to do a way better job of matchmaking. Look at this was their third pay-per-view since December. Tyson Fury, Wilder, Pacquiao, Broner, now Spence and Garcia. In 2 of those pay-per-view events, their undercards were done in less than an hour, 2 hours, something like this. I believe the Wilder.
So different. It was an.
I know.
It was an hour and 15 minutes and an hour and 15 minutes if you combined all the fights, and that's with ring walk time and showing other stuff. But it was.
Yeah. There were 2-round, 3-round fights, Lee. The co-main event was over in 2 rounds. The J. Leon Love versus David Benavidez was a wipeout. Areola wiped his guy out in 3 rounds because he's chasing titles now. You better remember that.
He's chasing tacos, dude.
He's chasing titles, baby.
He's got moobies and boobies and. I have a synthetically
Who hasn't
altered.
beat him? He's chasing that guy.
No, wait. I'm gonna be really on. I'm gonna have a candid moment with you, Andrew. I have a my fiance is what we call in the business plastically altered, with clearly the showroom Cadillac version of breasts. I'm just saying that because right, she does. Chris Areola has bigger boobs currently than she does.
Oh my gosh, very nice.
He's at least a G cup, dude. At the very least. I mean, it was a joke. The entire undercard was a joke. The entire undercard.
That looks like a prison. Hey, look, that looks like a prison battle right there. Vargas versus Collazo. Hell yeah, Puerto Rican and Mexican. Is Vargas Mexican?
Yeah.
They're fighting for separate gangs. They should have put like gang wars on the bottom of that one. I'm just playing on this Sunday morning. Leave me alone.
You're out of control today, and I'm not the one out of control. I'm gonna have to edit that. Hey, Andrew, I'm gonna have to edit that from the show.
Hey, come on. That's what neck tattoos make you look like. Sorry, everyone.
Okay, so let's talk about last night. Where did you watch the fight? Let's do the lead up.
I was at the bar.
I think it's cool that you have a bar. And how close is it to home? Is it really like a local?
Yes, it's about under 10 minutes, I would say, from my house. This is why I do it.
So it's a legit. So for those of you who don't know, Andrew lives the dream. He literally bought his own house. He's got the neighborhood bar. He lives in the Bay Area. He's got a job with a pension, 401k. He's got a backyard with grass. I'm being honest. You're living the dream that most people want. It's not my dream. My dream is to live in a flop house by the beach, which I've done for many years. If I didn't have a girlfriend, Andrew, you know this, I'd be living in a flop house by the beach and being a hippie. As long as it has cable, who cares? So the reason I point that out, so you got the local, like you live that life, right? Like you like going down to the bar, drinking beers and hearing people. Like what was the vibe? I don't get this because you know this about me too. I don't like people. So what was the vibe of I'm interviewing you, by the way.
Definitely was not the Pacquiao Broner scene. There was only about, I would say, half capacity on this that came out for the Pacquiao Broner. But they were still there. They watched, they drank. I seen everyone having a good time. Look at knockouts. People were joking about how fast the fights were ending, but for casuals, it's kind of what they like to see. They don't like long, drawn-out fights where you actually have to score or, might have to actually have an opinion of who you thought won the fight. And you'd rather it just end in a knockout. Everyone says, wow, and gets back to drinking. So they had a little of both of that. The main event, I don't know, Lee, didn't go over well. I seen people talking within, 6 rounds, 7 rounds. They were not interested in this fight anymore. So I don't know how much this helped Spence, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Where are you at?
Okay.
What are you looking at?
I'm getting the breakdowns of the fights and the results because, people care about that shit, right? I don't, but
I won't give it as much time.
We have to pretend that we're like a news show, right?
Well, we are. We will have to give it as much time as the fighters gave it. So we'll do about 3 minutes on every one. They got to get the matchmaking better. Lee, when David Benavidez and Love was coming out, I started telling everyone this one ain't gonna last long either. Don't get your hopes high on this fight. Come on, we fucking didn't even go 6 minutes, man. I mean,
I want to see what they put on their website for Premier Boxing Champions. By the way, visit premierboxingchampions.com. Do they have like complete results?
I mean,
because
that fight.
I really want to break down how literally insane this card was. Like it literally, Andrew, was. Of course, they don't have it up.
No, you probably want to go to BoxRec. You'd go to you'd go to Spence, go to BoxRec, go to Spence's record, and then you're gonna click on the date. And when you click, go down. Okay, where it says Spence, click on that date right there. And now you're gonna go down and find the entire fight card. So we're gonna scroll probably all the way down. America's usually on the bottom. And they're going to give you the whole fucking fight card,
wow,
man.
That's a lot of boxing on a Saturday night.
This is why I tell people when they tell me boxing was dying, I used to show them these pages.
I would have much rather watched this Indonesian card, Andrew.
Tell them to shut the fuck up just one time.
And
this is every day, you guys. This isn't just, oh, no, it's because it was Saturday. No, you could go to Monday, Wednesday. For some reason I think it's Monday.
Yeah, international Monday and Wednesday are popping. Yeah, U.S. boxing doesn't really pick up till Thursday.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Florentine Gardens in Hollywood had boxing on Saturday. What? How did I miss out on that? AT&T Stadium. All right, let's look at this. For those of you wondering, all right? So,
you're gonna have to log in to see the outcome. I believe I'm already logged in. Let me try to.
Are you? You have an account with him?
Yes. What the
Look
hell?
at you, bro.
You better, Lee. Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't have an account with him.
He's like, yeah, I don't have an account.
Yeah, what?
Andrew, should I get myself an account?
When I was young and used to write those 3-page stories on boxing, you got to stay on BoxRec, man, to get the history. Sometimes, yeah, it really helps.
Do they charge?
No. I don't think so. Maybe.
Okay. So here's your first fight of the evening because I lost by TKO. Okay, hold on. I want to get these all squared away. Like, you can just click on them and get the results, but every single one of them. I'm going to look for anything that appeared to be competitive, but I don't think I'm going to find them, Andrew. I think legitimately it was a shit show.
Yeah, okay, so the first fight ended in 1 round.
Right.
TKO. That was Wilder Sanchez. Oh, Wilder's brother's back. Wilder's brother took a loss in his last fight. Look how fast they got his ass back in the ring.
Marcelo's. Yeah, curtain jerking first bout.
Okay.
That's so that you could get Deontay Wilder at the fight. That was a 1-round fight. I watched it. I'm still not impressed with Wilder, even after 4 fights.
The second fight.
Jose Valenzuela versus Christian Velez.
TKO in question mark round. I don't know what the fuck, Lee. Put a question mark.
I don't think that the fight even really got started. I think the guy took a phantom fall on the way out to touch gloves.
Okay, you want the next one?
Andrew.
What?
Bitch, get up.
Oh, yeah.
Next one. People think I'm kidding. I kept saying this last night on the chat forum. Everybody's like, no way, Lee. No way you watched all these fights.
The next one went 4 rounds, so still nothing big, but it did go the distance, 4 rounds.
I might have gotten up to get some food. You know, that shit happens, Andrew. I am prone to miss a fight or two.
The next fight was a knockout, first round.
Yeah.
The next fight was another 4-rounder. The next fight was a 6-rounder.
Okay.
The next 2 fights were both knockouts, and then 3 out of the next 4 fights were knockouts.
Okay, so the first fight I watched that they started televising, right? So you're up to about Fernando Robles, right?
Holy shit! Oh, there was still a hell of more Lee. There's 4 more.
Oh
knockouts.
yeah, no, hold on. So they started televising at Omar Garcia and Luis Correa. Those were the first fights that were being televised. I assumed that I had seen everything. I mean, the fact that they jammed in another 15 fights before that fight. What did they have? 30 fights?
There was 8 knockouts when you 8 out of 1.
Yeah, okay. Start from Omar Garcia Correa up. I watched that fight. I watched it.
Out of 11 fights, there was 8 knockouts when you started
dude,
watching
it's nuts.
Yeah.
That is an insane level
of just burning through you're burning through your fights right there. You're burning through them.
It's an insane. And for those of you who don't know, last night before they put Jay Leon Love on to get his shit handled, they put on Neri versus McJoe Arroyo for some they were so far ahead of the schedule, right? That they had to put a swing bout in.
Well, Neri, this was his debut. This was his debut
Where's
in America.
The 6-rounder that they jammed in? I thought Neri was the 6-rounder they jammed in.
No.
Okay, so we went Ariola. Yeah, you're right. Ariola. I started watching the pay-per-view at the tail end of Neri. Then they jammed a 6-rounder in, right?
Yep.
That only went 1 or 2 rounds.
They had to have, because they had to have.
They didn't want that main event to go off till about 9 o'clock West Coast time. I mean, that's the sweet spot, isn't it?
We definitely waited at least 35 minutes, at least a half an hour to 40 minutes for that main event to kick off, Lee. I remember clearly the fight was down for a while because the fights just got burned. They got burned through. Lee, that was the joke of the night. It wasn't just you. There was everyone in the bar was talking about. They were just laughing on how fast these fights were ending.
Yeah, it was whack.
But then when you break it down, when you look at the PBC's track record right now in the pay-per-view, he's had 2 cards. Now they have to do something. Lee, they've got maybe their talent pool that everyone kept saying, oh my God, they got all the talent in the world. It might be getting a little thin now with all these different contracts, Fox, Showtime. Now you're trying to do pay-per-view cards. If you don't have the fighters that can give you good fights, competitive fights, that's a very hard ticket to sell. They can't get a reputation of these kind of fight cards because last night, although for some casuals, yes, like I said, they love the knockout. They get back to drinking. And there are a lot of other diehard fans that know we're getting ripped off for our money here. Some of these, I'm telling you, some of these fights, it was like, come on, this is ridiculous. Why are we paying for Areola and Jay Leon Love on a pay-per-view card? Come on, why are we paying for that, Lee? Those are the swing belts. Those aren't main fights.
I would agree. Hold on. Let's start with Charles Martin. The outrage that I have for this card, the Martin Corbin heavyweight fight, or as I like to say, the next guy that's going to fight Deontay.
Holy shit, Corbin undefeated, lost, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that though. He was on 15-0-9 and he lost by DQ. What a dork. Huh?
Yeah, continually low blowed.
Oh, he has a no contest too. So there's something. Yeah, he ain't that special.
He's got issues. Like he's got a bad head on his shoulders or something. So I guess Charles Martin is now next to fight Deontay Wilder since all the other heavyweights have left.
The PBC's got to pull them all out. If he's really staying with the PBC, I think DAZN and or DAZN and fucking ESPN is gonna lock him out. They don't need him. Lee, there's other fights to get made without Deontay Wilder, and I'm sorry, man. Deontay let me down big time this weekend if he turns down this $100 million deal. You know, they're saying that Al Heyman's in his head talking about he can get him more money on the Joshua fight. Al Heyman needs to realize that Deontay Wilder is not Floyd Mayweather, okay? If anything,
Deontay Wilder's got to figure out that he's not as great a fighter as he thinks he is.
$100 million, we're turning that, and that's just guaranteed. That doesn't mean off of whatever sales. You know, Dazn already talked about when the fights happen and they see a rise in sales, subscriptions, that the fighters, they can get more money than what it's even guaranteed on their contracts. So they were starting you at $100 million. And Lee, he was going to make $20 million fighting Dominic Breazeale. That's a fighter that we said he could knock out in 3 fucking minutes. 3 minutes. Breazeale can't stop a right hand. Breazeale's already been dropped numerous times in the boxing ring. $20 million. You don't want that. 3-minute sparring match.
I'm with you, Andrew.
I've told you guys before, if you look at the fucking money that Deontay has passed up, I hope this man makes it all back. But you got to look.
Actually, this is where you and I differ, Andrew. I hope he doesn't.
It's not his fault, though.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
He's given up.
He's bad at it.
You're right. No,
Straight up,
right.
dude. I've watched this dude. I've tried to understand it. He has a choice right now where he could go sign with Bob Arum and ESPN and be over all this shit and have a real guy who's building a heavyweight division. Matchroom Boxing is out there. Eddie Hearn knows what he's doing. He's getting, I don't know what. I don't know what. This is like the Don King, Mike Tyson thing all over again.
Oh, I told you. Oh, there it is. There's another. Yeah, it's coming. I know he's Don King. He's this. I know, Lee.
If he's a real person, right, and it's just not Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe, I'm with Bob Arum. I don't think he's a real person. Right?
He gave up $8 million for Dillian White. He gave up $15 million for Klitschko. He's given up a total of $90 million. $90 million for Joshua. They gave him 50 the first time. Oh, yeah. And then they came back and said, we'll give you 20, $40 million for 2 fights. You total that's $90 million.
But in his mind, and I understand this, in his mind, I got the belt. They come to me. Look, dude, it's the WBC. It's the most corrupt freaking belt we have in boxing. I don't care what anybody says. I put the Suleiman family up against the Gambinos. I put them up against.
Rest in peace, Frank Kelly. Was that your little way of saying rest in peace to Frank Kelly from the Gambino family?
He was a friend of ours, Andrew. The reason we have this show.
I was looking up I was trying to find the photo, but I couldn't find it.
Of us with
the
Gambinos? Yeah, they made this show. I mean, most people don't realize that's how we got on radio.
Let's not get off.
They don't know how I got the Bonaducci fight. They don't know how I got a cage fight with the lack of skill and my inability to stay on topic. How the fuck does this guy
and it's on TV. Fuck that.
And more importantly, when I turned my back on the family, how they threw me off the internet. Nobody has ever been thrown off the internet but me, Andrew. That's how strong they are. Don't go against the family, Andrew. That's what I'm saying. All right,
don't go against the 4 other families is what they were.
Here's what I'm saying.
Whatever. We'll move on.
It's just wrong. You know, I don't want to get into it. I'm going to have Bobby Capucci on again and explain the family again.
Bobby Cohen's untouchable. That was that. That's what came out of that statement. The other 4 families told the Gambinos, they made a statement that man's untouchable. But let's get back to the fight. How about that? Let's go back
to fight. Were we talking about a fight?
The Martin. I know you lost me.
What?
Deontay Wilder giving up money.
We're talking about Deontay Wilder and his next opponent, Charles Martin.
I hope Deontay's been playing everyone, and actually Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever this big press conference comes out, they're actually signing. Right? That's what we're hoping.
He's going to announce he's fighting Charles Martin on Wednesday, bro.
But let me tell you how Al Heyman can save this. He needs while Deontay Wilder is hot. He's still a little bit, well, he's hot from the fight. People know him right now in America. That Tyson Fury Wilder fight ain't going anywhere. That happened in December. You got to put him back on TV. You must get him back on Fox, and you must pump this thing like you have the new Mike Tyson of the heavyweight division. Keep playing those 2 damn punches over and over. Keep playing that 12th round over and over, that punch, because it looks like the fight should have been ended. Keep telling people the ref prolonged the count. That's why Tyson Fury was able to get up. They got to make him America's champ. They got to make the casual American fan. If America draws as much money as people are saying, that's why all these UK fighters are now trying to come over. They've been trying to come over. The greatest thing you can do is from another continent is to come to America and double your money. So if there's that much money here, Deontay Wilder needs to become the #1 guy of this country. And then maybe, just maybe, Daz and Al Heyman will then have to talk about doing a crossover fight with the PBC and DAZN. However they get it worked out. If maybe they take it back to pay-per-view, I don't know. But right now, the way that Al Heyman is driving Deontay Wilder's career, it's like he's in this guy's ear saying, you're Floyd, and he's not. And you guys, he's going to get a rude awakening if he does, and I don't know if he did or if he didn't, but if he does turn down the $100 million deal, they have stated that they got to put the Breezel fight on a PBC pay-per-view because they don't have money to give him $20 million for the fight on Fox. Who has that kind of money? Fox don't sell fights like that. I don't know why. I thought commercials bring in money for these events. This is a 3-hour event. I don't know why.
I don't know. The Deontay Wilder, I want to be on free TV and I want to be on Fox. That's bullshit.
But Lee, what happened to commercial selling? Why can't they make enough money on the endorsements to pay him $20 million?
They can, without a doubt.
That's what Al Heyman needs to turn him into. If you put this young man on pay-per-view against Breezel in a few months, nobody's watching. I guarantee you the casual fans are not buying this fight. If you put him on Fox and you run commercials of him knocking Tyson Fury's ass down twice, the whole fucking promotion, you might have about 5 million, 6 million homes tune in on that Saturday night. I'm dead serious. They love heavyweight fights. They love this heavyweight fight. This guy is a classic interview. I'm more sure that from now until his fight with Breezel, he's going to do another interview that gets some headlines. So that's how Al Heyman needs to make Wilder the #1 thing in America. It's the only way he's going to win. If he continues the path the PBC is on currently, he's never going to make up the money he's turned down in his career, and it's going to be a sad story at the end. People, he's 34 years old.
Chris Arreola, the next opponent of, look at these wonderful fights we're excited about, Andrew. Chris Arreola wins his contest because he's on a quest for the gold. He'll be fighting Deontay Wilder in no time. He beat Jean-Pierre Augustin. Last night he won in a TKO round 3 because he was gassing. He was gassing bad. Like his energy level did not go.
Hey man, they gave that young man a shot. Look, 17-0-1 and 12. He got his shot. Hey, look, he knocked out Humberto Soto. Go down. What the fuck? Humberto Soto is a heavyweight too, Lee.
Well, yeah, he's many weights.
Oh my God!
It's amazing that a lightweight can go up and down that much, right?
How the hell did that one work?
Can't be the same Humberto Soto, right? Which would be hilarious if it was.
It looks like they gave that man a shot.
Back in my day, I was a heavyweight too. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, see, he already got beat by Wilder, so he is gonna have to fight Anthony Joshua next. That's Al Heyman is gonna work, try to get Errol to get a Joshua fight.
Oh
maybe.
My God, no!
Yeah,
look,
make some
why
money
would
off
it? Look, Eddie's not gonna play ball. Eddie,
I don't
Bob
think they should.
Decided
Yep.
They're going to keep the balls all to themselves.
Yep.
Do you want to
They
know who
should.
the next guy up is? I already know it because I'm going to the fight next weekend.
They should leave
If
because
Pulev beats Dainu next week, Pulev's going to get the next shot.
of course, why not?
Right.
They're all playing ball. They should all make their money. And listen, that $100 million, people, don't throw this shit around like boxers make this type of money every day. They don't. Okay. This is not baseball. This is not football, even though football don't really get that unless you're the quarterback. This is insane money that they've turned down. And that was starter money. That was not like you're not going to see anything else but this. That was the starting money. $100 million guaranteed for 3 fights, for 3 fucking fights. And one of them might be done with I'll give it 2 rounds. I'll give, but what I've seen Breezel do in the ring, there's no way he walks through Deontay Wilder's right hand. It's landing, and then he's going to get knocked out. That's all that's happening in that fight. And you turn down $20 million?
Yeah,
I'm with you. I hope the pay-per-view brings in how many buys would it have to bring in? Like 300, 400,000 buys just to make them 20 million. Seriously. Go do the math. This is not easy. Remember, they're splitting it. They're splitting it with the pay-per-view. And then is Showtime involved? Is PBC involved? Does the PBC say Showtime ain't involved? This is a question someone needs to ask Al Heyman or Ellerby, whoever. If Showtime's not involved, who takes the extra 10% that the networks usually do, right? It's 10% this, and then they split the 2 parties, split the rest. Usually. Who takes that? Does the PBC get it?
I would imagine they're the promoter, right?
So you got to sell a lot to make 20 million for one fighter to make 20 million in a pay-per-view event. That's not easy. He was guaranteed that on his stream.
I'm with you. I agree with you.
And I don't want to go too hard into Wilder Lee because if he fakes me out, woo, I'm changing my tune on Thursday. Let me tell you, if we bring the show back, if he signs, it's going to be a sad day for boxing if he doesn't, though, and we continue this Cold War. I didn't like how he was talking. I sure did. I don't have to prove myself. Fury has to prove it against me. Ugh.
Luis Neri took on McJoe Arroyo last night, and he won in a really dumb match. Andrew, what did you think of Luis Neri and McJoe Arroyo?
They're small guys.
Okay. Well, moving forward. The co-main event featured...
I was like, they should be running horses. That's what I was thinking of Santa Anita.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. The most shocking fight of the evening, if you ask everybody involved, because they kept asking David Benavidez his feelings about this, was the dispatch of J. Leon Love. So PBC, Leonard Ellerby, and Floyd Mayweather last night got rid of 2 of their fighters once and for all. The first fighter that they legit got rid of was J. Leon Love. Apparently, Floyd was done with the J. Leon Love experiment. He got his shit handed to him by David Benavidez, who knocked him out on his feet. Like, he got hit so hard on his feet, doubled over, that the ref had to stop the fight.
Yeah. It was a mismatch. He's not even a super middleweight. He wasn't that good at the lower divisions. Really, he's had a good career. He's had a career because he was Floyd Mayweather's guy. He used to hang around with Floyd. Everyone's seen him in his entourage all the time. Kept him, they like doing the interviews with him. Got him a few decisions. Got him a draw. He's not that guy. Floyd tried to even have him as a driver. He bapped one of Floyd's cars. He's not that guy. So I think it's over for J. Leon Love. Tiki's going home.
You don't want to spend an hour like the PBC did explaining how great David Benavidez is?
Well, the kid's still undefeated. He's got tremendous power. Listen, I knew he was knocking out Love. That was guaranteed money if there was a line on it. Matter of fact, sorry you guys on Friday for not telling you that. But that's guaranteed money. We told them the winning bet, though. I'm surprised he didn't open up with, we should be fucking banking advisors for some of these rich guys. That money was guaranteed.
Have we not done that a million times on this show?
That's what
Do you not remember our favorite segment of?
I'm just saying, I'm hoping people are listening.
No, fighters don't listen to the show. The writers do, and then the writers write articles to the fighters. Our message works its way down the system.
Minus 400 was easy money. You know, that's probably what Benavidez was probably like. I bet you a minus 12. That's probably why we didn't
minus
talk
12.
about it.
He was at least a 10-1 favorite in this fight. At least.
Yes. So last night, the minus 400. What a great return you got on that in an hour.
Which takes us to our main event of the evening. 12 rounds in the welterweight division. We then had a mariachi band. We had a high school marching band. We had a rapper. We had all kinds of shit. And then we had Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence come to the ring. Like, okay, cool. They get into the ring. They get their shit on. And literally from round 1 to 12, I can only say that one round showed anything positive by Mikey. And that was the first 30 seconds let's see if I get this right, Andrew, of round number 4, where he came out for 30 straight seconds and put a hurt on Errol for 30 seconds until he ran out of gas, and Errol continued to beat the holy shit out of him. For those of you who haven't seen this fight, they're going to re-show it on Fox or wherever they're going to re-show this, right? They're going to re-show it somewhere. Like, it'll wind up on Fox or Showtime.
No, it's going to be on Showtime, yeah. Showtime.
Yeah, okay. Wherever they're going to re-show it, right?
PBC is on Showtime, dude.
I understand that.
But you know what? Showtime
they weren't involved. This is a Fox event. Fox will get the replay next week.
All right, there you go.
Whatever the case, when you guys rewatch this, understand Mikey Garcia at no point. Let me do the math here really quick. What?
It's zip. It's 12.
How many minutes in a total 12-round fight, Andrew? I can't do the math.
What are you talking about?
How many minutes in a round?
47.
Is it 47?
30.
It's 3-minute rounds, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 36.
36.
36 minutes.
And then you add 12 minutes for the rounds.
Well, I wouldn't add that because, his corner actually led him to believe he was in the fight because the Garcia family doesn't know shit about boxing. So for 36 minutes, no, I'll be fair, 35 minutes and 30 seconds, Errol Spence dominated this fight. The only positive thing that I could say about Mikey Garcia was, dude, you stayed on your feet. Congratulations. Which we said going into this fight was all Mikey Garcia was hoping to achieve from this fight, correct?
Yeah, no.
That's what you said going into the fight.
But not like this. Lee. This was a bad.
Dude, this is the kind of fight that fucks a fighter up.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. That was one thing I wanted to say. I don't know why the Garcias played caution this whole time in his career, and then at 31. Let's let him get his ass hit 1,000 times by a fucking junior middleweight. This was your big bang? This is what you waited your whole career. I'm glad I made it. That's what you were glad you made it for? You could have been a legend with Top Rank. You could have had 3 pay-per-view events already with Top Rank and made way more money. Even though if the pay-per-views do come out good and they get their little 10 million, I guess that's why they did it. Now I'm worried Mikey's going to retire. If he does they said something about 18 million, 20 million, these guys combined might make. Is that why he did this? Get your, gain weight, get paid, and then you exit? Because I don't see him going back to 135. I don't think he's a welterweight. If anything last night was proven, it was that Mikey Garcia is not a 147-pound fighter. Bullshit. He looked fat. He looked slow. He looked like Roberto Duran at 40. Okay, that's what he reminded me of, that square. He's a square in there. Fucking Spence is in tip-top shape. What was the fucking punch count?
Bro.
Hey, what was the punch? Because anyone who said this was a super fight, you're ridiculous.
You're wrong. There was one round where Mikey Garcia only landed 8 punches. That's my favorite.
I seen one round where he only landed 4.
Yeah, there was some ridiculous. There was some.
He
ridiculous
was out of range.
I don't even think he tried. I get the distinct feeling he didn't even try.
He didn't at the end. At the end, he's in survival mode. You heard everyone was talking survive. Okay? His corner was talking about stopping the fight. That's never good.
In the 10th round, I mean, look, at round number 6, didn't it become apparent to the Garcia brain trust of amazing fighters and coaches and dads and lions and tigers and bears, oh my, your son's getting his ass kicked. You might want to just have him sit down and fake an injury to save his fucking career. I knew at round number 3 that this fight was over, Andrew. I knew it was over.
100 to 20.
No.
The landed punches. What did Mikey have? 75 the whole night?
Yeah, dude, it was ridiculous. This whole thing is legit, straight up ridiculous. The whole evening is ridiculous. What it does for his, they broke Mikey Garcia. I cannot for the life of me understand. If you know as much about, hold on. If you know as much as his brother and his dad about boxing, right? They're such great minds at boxing. What round do you think they knew that the kid was going to lose?
Well, round 8, because he's lost the last 7.
I'm telling you, after round 4, when Mikey tried to put the hurt on him and it didn't even phase Spence. All right, I'll even be fair. How about round 6? Round 6, you think you're bailing water? You've lost the first 6 rounds. The best you could get at that moment is a draw, right? Mikey's power isn't going to save him. That's not the discussion in the corner. The discussion in the corner should be, how do we get through his long range? Mikey's not getting inside, right? It's not Mikey's going to wear him down and win. That discussion isn't going to happen, right? Errol's in cruise control. He's sparring.
And what's sad is didn't someone else had a 10-8 round, and I don't think it was round 9. So here you had 2 different judges that gave 2 separate rounds a 10-8 marking, and there was no knockdown, just pure ass whooping. This is what I mean. I don't know where the Garcias. The only thing, this is what I'm telling you guys. The only thing I can come up with, these fuckers are out. Once they get this checked, I think that he's going to announce a retirement from the sport because Lee. Why else did they do this? This was the biggest money on the table, right? They offered Spence for $10 million. I don't believe Top Rank's giving him Lomachenko for that. It's just not. That fight might not make that much money. It might only make $10 million. Where if you give both guys $3 million, hey, everyone, or 3.5, then everyone's making a dime. But I don't think you could give Mikey straight $10 million for Lomachenko. So they took the most money. And is that it? Is that it? I don't know. This is a guy who said he didn't like boxing. Mikey's even said that himself.
My comment is this, Andrew. Okay, so I'm not a rocket scientist. I just watch a lot of boxing. I shouldn't even be allowed to teach someone how to box. The very best I could teach somebody is to teach them how to throw a jab. Yeah. But I have sat in the corner. I have been a licensed cut man in the state of California, and I have sat in the corner and have helped a few fighters out. You don't get a different perspective down there where you think, oh, my dude's going to come back, rock'em sock'em robots. After 6 rounds, it's kind of obvious your son and your brother is getting the shit handed to him. Like he's going to have trauma damage, right?
I don't know if you want to say all that. I guess.
Let's be fair. Round 9, he certainly did, correct?
He got beat up. Yes, he did. He got beat up. But his spirit never got broken. He didn't pull a Miguel Cotto in there, okay? He didn't go to one knee. Well, because he fought. That's what.
Yeah, I want to get paid again in the future, okay? Forget my son.
Maybe they're
if
not.
I'm his brother or I'm his dad.
Hey, his brother's made a great career at training. Maybe he's going to get into training now and open his own gym and try to find someone younger who's not 31 years old and has had 40 fights. With the family who's played cautious their whole life. Remember, Top Rank questioned their heart. There's a reason for that. Last night, his heart wasn't in question, but maybe that was his last hurrah. It just seems like a stupid business move right now. And then you're going to follow this up with, okay, now I'm going to starve myself to get back to 135 and fight Lomachenko for $3 million?
I don't know what to tell you. I can't understand why this thing went beyond round 9. At round 9, he was fucked up. Bad. Like, you're going to have bad dreams about it. Like, it's the Rocky Balboa shower sequence beating, right? Like, he's twitching and thinking about round 9. He's going to go in against other guys, and when it gets into deep water, he's going to remember round 9. Like, he can't fight again, Andrew. I don't think he can be an effective fighter.
Spence,
it was a bad beating, dude.
It was a bad beating, but Spence's power didn't show up last night either, and that was real alarming to me because he was fighting a lightweight. He was fighting a guy who forced himself into a division, couldn't even make the weight really, came in at 145 and couldn't stop him. Landed over 1,000 punches, was landing 100 per round. You didn't even break him. Yeah, he looked beat up. Yeah, his face was marked. Yes, you had him go step back a few times, but when did you fucking Miguel Cotto him? When did he take a knee, look at his corner and say no more? When did you do the Eric Morales Pacquiao to him? When he gets dropped, looks at his corner and says, I'm done. There was none of that. And it should have been. When you're a junior middleweight, when you weigh 156 fucking pounds and you're fighting a guy who came up 2 divisions, and you land 1,000 punches, you should probably hurt him, drop him, stop him at some point in the fight. It didn't happen. So now I question Spence's power moving up, fighting guys like Jarrett Hurd, who knocked out junior middleweights.
So that was the biggest debate I had out of the fight, right?
Woo! I'm telling you right now, Floyd was looking at that. You don't think Floyd was like, hey, he don't hit that hard. He don't hit that hard.
You know why? Because Spence doesn't draw, dude. Spence doesn't draw.
Oh, that's why they're offering Pacquiao. They're going to offer Pacquiao. I told you guys.
No, they're offering Pacquiao to get Floyd off his dead lazy ass because he hasn't made up his mind. The reason Pacquiao hasn't picked anybody is because he's still fighting Floyd. And
There's
Floyd
no money in the Pacquiao fight. There's no money in the Pacquiao fight. Floyd ain't going to come back because there is no money in that fight.
This is the fight you put on free TV and you break the bank and it becomes the Super Bowl. Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather on regular Fox TV would break TV.
No,
it would be bigger than the Super Bowl.
No, it wouldn't. Lee, you're talking about 35 million homes. I'm sorry, they're not doing that. Maybe 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, but not today. Nah, I don't see their
Fox put their engine behind it, I think it would.
Why did Heyman or Leonard Ellerbe, whoever, why did they put Pacquiao in the ring with Spence last night, dude? He challenged them. Manny accepted. They shook hands. I think you move forward, the ball keeps moving. Now, if you can generate enough power to Spence's side, maybe then you bring Floyd out for a Spence-Floyd down the line because Floyd's undefeated. So they've got until that O is gone to make a dime off of Floyd Mayweather. As long as he's undefeated and someone can see him get beat one day, they will pay.
3 fights, $100 million.
Well, that's very possible because
I should say $500 million. He's going to want $100 million a fight. And the only people who have that money are DAZN.
Yeah, I know that, but this is it. Maybe Floyd has the same loyalty to Al Heyman that Deontay Wilder is showing, and is sticking to.
Floyd Mayweather is Al Heyman,
or he already signed with DAZN. But listen, Spence is the future of PBC, right? Wilder's already 34, so sorry, you guys. He's not the future. He's the now. He can make money now for Al Heyman, but he's not the future. The future of the PBC is this young man right here, Spence, Errol Spence. So you give him Pacquiao. It's a great fighter on his resume for where he's at right now. You give him Pacquiao, may possibly Keith Thurman on a unification. And then you're looking at the big prize in there, and you're going to see if Floyd wants to come out of retirement to face this guy, and not this year, but next year, maybe possibly May. Possibly they take the date away from Golden Boy and Canelo, the Cinco de Mayo, bring Floyd back on there. So that's what I seen last night, and I think Spence is ready for it. I just question the power. I'm sorry, he landed way too many flush punches on Mikey. Mikey got a hell of a chin. It's sad he played cautious this whole time. You know that 4-time fucking champ shit? Do you have Mikey's? You don't even have his record up, huh? 4-time, division champ. 4-division champ. Yeah. Someone can't even remember one of them. Give me one classic fight out of his 4. He's a 4-division champion.
Here you go. Oof. So what is he officially now? He is 39 and 1.
39-1-30. Yeah, decent record. It's a good record, but he's a 4-division champ.
Against nobody's, dude.
Robert Easter, boring ass fight. Sergey Lipnitz, boring ass fight. Adrian Broner.
Everybody's beaten Adrian Broner. I don't see much of a struggle with that.
I'm telling you. Go down. Now he's a super featherweight.
Right. His biggest win down
Another vacant title. 4-division champs.
Juan Carlos was okay. Lopez was kind of okay.
But these aren't classics. You understand what I mean?
No. They aren't.
If he would have fought Lomachenko for a title, that's a fight people go back and watch. I'm telling you right now, people go back and watch Jorge Linares versus Lomachenko more than they do any of his 4 title fights. Seriously. That's what happens when legends fight each other. Not fucking Juan Manuel Lopez and Mikey Garcia. Not Juan Carlos Burgos or Miley. He's got 2 draws going into the fight with Garcia. Yeah, he was on a real upswing in his career.
I'm with you, Andrew.
Yeah,
you have no dispute from me.
All that 4-division talk stuff. I just can't believe that's what they waited for. Last night was their grand finale to his career. A 12-0 beatdown. That great planning there. You did a great job without Top Rank. Matter of fact, let's go up to the top of his career. Like all these fights are with Top Rank. Then you got I believe it's going to be 2017 is when he switches over.
Okay.
Just not what he was with Top Rank. Not the same caliber fighter. Now he's doing nothing but decisions. He's fighting out of his division. I don't know where he goes from here.
I agree.
He's a free agent. Maybe Dazin signs him. Go to the UK, fight some guys over there. I don't know. I don't think he's going back with Top Rank. I think that bridge is burnt. He's not successful enough to come back for a $100 million contract. That's out the window, especially with the career that he's had with Top Rank. I don't see Bob ever signing him to a big contract like that. Can you trust the guy?
No, he's not going back anywhere but he's going to be I'm going to tell you his future. Okay. Because he didn't win and he didn't put on a performance, which he had to do, right? What's going to happen to Mikey Garcia is he either retires, that's a reasonable thing to believe that he will do, or Andrew, he becomes, a journeyman who fights nobodies at catchweights. He's a Robert Guerrero. He's now Robert Guerrero. He's this era's Robert Guerrero.
I don't know if he has that heart, though. See, that's when I got to come back with
he's got no. I'm not going to put anything past his heart. Dude took a tremendous beating, just like Robert.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You hire Robert to take a beating. You don't hire Robert to win, right?
Well, after a certain point, yes, Robert turned in more of a
okay, and Mikey's at that point.
One loss, damn, boxing's cruel.
No, he was a shitty fighter, Andrew.
Would you stop?
I mean, let's just call it straight up what it is, shall we? Like, he was not a great fighter. Everybody who kept saying
last night. Very sad Spence didn't even mention Terrence Crawford. Likes talking all that shit on Twitter, though, huh? He loves social media when it comes to talking smack.
Again, Andrew, you keep talking like a guy who doesn't understand the semantics.
Out there. I'm just calling
You can't do that shit. Okay.
So what? Why can't we?
Even look at Deontay. If you look at the way everybody like Top Rank and Eddie Hearn don't exist in the world of PBC when they're on Fox TV. They don't. They'll do it on Twitter. They'll do it on Showtime. Why? Because Steven Espinosa's in fucked up Twitter wars with guys from Top Rank and from Matchroom, right?
They do it right when the guy signs.
Right. You're not going to do it on a pay-per-view where it's all about the PBC. You're going to dress Sean Porter up like a fucking McDonald's fucking Shamrock Shake and be as racially insensitive as you can and be the PBC. Like, how did that shit go down last night, Andrew?
Because he went around the world. His stupid outfit got his name around the world.
Andrew, if I wore a daishiki and celebrated Kwanzaa, would black people not literally lose their mind, even based on our little following?
The St. Patty's Day has crossed over to where a lot of people can celebrate that. I mean, come on, the whole thing's about getting
cultural
drunk. And
appropriation, Andrew.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dressed up like a fucking leprechaun. If you're a leprechaun and you listen to this show or you watch that fight last night, I'm telling you, they're not going to be showing. Nobody's going to be dressing up like a leprechaun who is black in Boston today. That's not going to happen. I can't even stress this, Andrew. Bob Arum's going to do a card in Boston on St. Patrick's Day with Michael Conlon, right? Yes. If you are Mexican, if you are black, if you are, I don't even care, Native American, Indian, and you're fighting on that card, just be ready for the racial epithets. Oh, my gosh. You think I'm kidding?
I don't know. I don't know, but
do you really think more people than that? Do you really think more of people than that? Like they can, like drunk white people can actually handle their scandal on St. Patrick's Day? It's like their excuse to go get fucking tiki torches out of the back room and go, try to lynch a person.
Irish people just want to have a beer, Lee. Nobody's getting
Irish
racist.
People want to get drunk, get it square.
Here's
my whole thing.
Sean Porter's thing worked.
Andrew, I don't want to alienate more white people who listen to this. You probably are.
Sean Porter went around the world last night. You need to believe that. He was in every chat room. His little outfit got him everywhere. It said WBC champ on the bottom. Come on, give the guy a little bit of credit. It's a great stunt. You think he looked in the mirror and said, "Oh, I fucking look awesome tonight"?
You're saying it's okay for Michael Conlon if he were doing a telecast for Top Rank?
I see him doing
and the telecast was on Kwanzaa. He wore a daishiki.
Happened to Mexicans since Roger Mayweather.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. Like that whole shit about Floyd Cinco de Mayo and the fact that he's got the balls to wear, like a sombrero to the ring.
His uncle used to do that. His uncle was called the Mexican assassin.
Crazy shit.
His uncle's nickname was the Mexican assassin.
My point, Andrew, stop. My point is you can't have it both ways. Everybody pick a lane and stay in it then. And I say this for boxing fans. And I'm saying it to you, Andrew. If you're PBC, stick to your fucking PBC and shut the fuck up about the rest of the universe. Okay? Top Rank guys, if you're really not going to fight PBC guys, shut the fuck up. You're just stirring up simple-minded boxing fans.
Bullshit.
No, I'm over it, Andrew. All of it. Hashtag me too. Hashtag me too, Andrew.
You're crazy, Lee, because they're offering contracts that these guys now are denying. That is hurting the sport. What, dude? Okay, so Spence, did you see what he tweeted to Oscar De La Hoya last night?
Oh, Oscar's still in boxing?
Bro, Oscar De La Hoya said, Spence, come to me. I'll put you. Hey, are you gonna listen?
Hey, are you talking about me again?
Are you gonna talk about me? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about you. You don't treat black fighters correctly.
Andrew,
that's what Spence said.
Andrew,
Lee, come on,
know where you live, Andrew.
Hey, Lee, why was that tweet put out there? What has Oscar De La Hoya done to an African American fighter?
I didn't even know Oscar was still in boxing. Like he's like
talking about. Boxing. He has the richest contract in this fucking all of sports.
No, he's got one fighter who's got a co-promotion with the Zone, but I don't know.
He has the richest contract in all of sports. Period. That's who Oscar is right now. When he signs another fighter, he says, "Guess what? I have the richest fucking athlete in the world." How about that? So Oscar's definitely in the sport right now. Why did Spence text, "You don't treat black fighters well"? Who the fuck told him that? Did Bernard Hopkins tell him that?
Well, yeah.
Last time I checked, they're doing fine.
Andrew, we've talked about it on this show. I don't want to get Oscar all riled up again with you.
I'm just trying
but he used to dress up Bernard Hopkins in a plantation outfit, and they'd act out, Oscar's little sick.
No, he didn't. That's dumb. No, he didn't, and that's dumb. I want to know who. I want to know who's talking. I want to know who's talking to Spence.
Andrew,
you're not trying to have a conversation.
Yes, I am. Stop.
I'm not.
Spence making his tweet randomly out of the blue is no different than me saying that he dresses Bernard Hopkins up in a plantation outfit and does slave girl routines with Bernard.
I don't even know what you're talking. Fucking Lee, you're fucking
It's a sex
crazy,
fantasy.
bro. I know.
Follow
weird,
along.
dude.
I'm just telling you that there's no difference between the credibility of what I just said.
I have never heard.
Errol Spence. Never.
I have never heard. You guys, listen to me.
Right.
No fighter has ever come out and said, "Oscar treats me wrong." This is what he did. He's dealt with some of the highest African American fighters in the sport in the last 20 years. He hasn't done anything like this. Where did Spence, who's feeding him this garbage? There's no evidence of Oscar being racist towards African American fighters for this young man not to look.
It got deleted, Andrew.
I bet you it did.
This was 3 months ago.
No, it wasn't. The Spence one?
Yeah.
They just played. I was seeing it last night.
Oscar Gennady Golovkin.
No, because Dazin.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, dude. Spence Dazin. He's trying to get him to go to Dazin, and fucking Spence tweets back, "You don't treat black fighters right, bro," or something like that. It's like, what? Who told him this? It's not right to throw around that word racist like that. It really isn't. Where did Oscar? Yeah, you want to say he's kinky? Yeah, you have all the fucking evidence in the world that Oscar might not want to be a guy you want to party with after midnight. Get that. But racist? When? He has businessmen. His right-hand man is an African-American who's made millions of dollars under him. Mosley made millions under him. Judah, Mayweather, all of these men. When did you ever hear any of these guys come out and say, "No, Mayweather is jealous of De La Hoya"? Oh, I give Mayweather all of that. Yes, he is. De La Hoya had an easier path to success than Mayweather because De La Hoya was a crossover on looks. I get that. But to sit there and call him racist, that's wrong. That's terrible.
You don't treat black fighters very well. You are dead on, Andrew.
Yeah,
and it's going right by the media. They don't seem to give a shit about this. Zero stories.
Well, they won't. Lee,
I'm not afraid of Oscar. I mean, you should be.
No,
but
it's
I'm not.
Why? Why am I afraid of him? I'm sticking up for him. This man has no credit. There's no evidence of this.
Errol said so.
I want to know who told him that. I want to know his source.
Errol.
Mayweather's never had the spine. And all the things that Mayweather's ever insulted Oscar De La Hoya with, has it ever been, "You're a racist"?
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm literally with you. I mean, it's right here. It's right here. You don't treat black fighters well.
What? I was just like, why did you say that?
That's
if I was De La Hoya,
bro.
That's the
title of this show.
If I was De La Hoya, I would have responded with, "Why do you say that? Who told you that?" Is that what Al Heyman's telling these African Americans so they don't sign elsewhere?
Well, yes. What do you think it takes to keep a Deontay Wilder or an Errol Spence?
I don't.
Hey, Oscar's Satan. You shouldn't talk to him. I mean, you might as well say he's a racist or say he could be a satanic. It's all the same, Andrew.
Yeah, I didn't like that last night. I didn't like Spence did that. It's like, we don't need division. We don't need that. There's no Oscar ain't done nothing that deserve someone saying that about him, a title like that. It was just wrong. And if I was Oscar, I would seriously follow up on that. If I was Hopkins, I would be offended for the fact of what you just said about 10 minutes ago too. If I'm Hopkins, I would be offended now for Spence saying that. So what am I? What are you telling me I am? If this man treats African Americans wrong, what is he doing to me?
I think the correct terminology, without getting myself, is a house N-word.
We're all not dumb. Till this day, you want a till this day moment, huh? We knew what you're talking about, Lee. We didn't need that. Hey, it's kind of sad that Deontay's trying to make that like a new saying, though. But I'll go with it. He screams it all the time now. As he was walking away from the fights last night, there was guys
so
like.
What did we learn last night? Other than my best impression is a 90-year-old Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
That was a good one. Well, we wanted a superstar to come out of last night's fight. We have a guy that's still undefeated. I don't know if he became a crossover. I don't know if the casuals tomorrow are going to be saying, "Ooh, did you see Spence and Garcia Saturday?" They did when Wilder fought Fury. I'm going to tell you, anyone who watched that fight talked about it the next Monday. I don't care if you're a casual or a diehard. If you're in the same house, having a party, watching the fight, everyone's talked about it the next day, the next work day. This fight, they weren't talking. They weren't watching in round 6, 7. Okay, I seen it. I seen people in the bar that I was at that were tuned out of this fight really fast. It was a mismatch. You know, them putting up the points, the punch count doesn't help because casuals thinks that's scoring. So when you see one guy's up 300 to fucking 40, they're like,
dude, it's pretty crazy.
Lee, he landed 75 punches in the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? Like the punch stat was ridiculous when they were showing it on the bottom, right corner of the screen. So casuals are checking out. Don't know if boxing wants to continue to do that, or you're going to have to explain that this is not the score of the fight, because I think some people truly do believe that when they're looking at that. That is a lopsided ass punch count. I could never have Mikey Garcia winning a fight if he's down 300 punches to 45. What are you giving him the fight on? It ain't defense because he's getting his ass whooped.
Was there anybody? No. Hold on, Andrew. Was there anybody in the bar? There was certainly nobody on our chat board last night.
It was boring.
The funniest part, okay, for those of you who don't know, we had the FNR regulars. So big shout out to the regulars. So we had Callie Hosel, Ruben, and of course Javier. Who do you think was drunk in that pile and making the funniest comments? The answer would be Javier. Javier literally just kept calling Errol Spence a racist and a bully all night for beating up little tiny Mikey Garcia.
That's fucked up. He doesn't like Mexicans.
That's all he kept.
Good job,
Wait, I even got to
Javier.
put it up because I just thought it was that funny. For those of you watching the video, that was the bulk of the discussion.
That's what Spence gets, Lee. That's what he gets for throwing that word out there.
Javier, in his drunken state, Al Heyman Buck Garcia's bully. Javier, Pacquiao is next. Hope we get a Pacquiao impression tomorrow. I don't know. You got something better, I think. Let's see. Bully of the year. Draw was the funniest one out of Ruben. If that had been a draw out of the regulars and they called it, see, they're calling for it right here. These are regular. Okay, our fans are a little bit better than regular boxing fans, right? We've actually watched fights with these guys. They actually know what they're watching. And even Kelly King, who is possibly our most delusional Deontay Wilder fan on the planet, can understand he understands boxing. We give him a lot of shit because he's a Deontay Wilder fan. Did I shit on you enough today?
He called me a casual. He doesn't understand boxing that much. Sorry, Kelly, but you called me a casual. Not casual.
You are casual.
Bullshit. No, bullshit. The motherfucker was offered $100 million. I told you he was going to look elsewhere. All right? I don't know who's in his ear right now, but he and Kelly wanted him to sign that deal. He even put on there, bye-bye Showtime. Okay? And now it looks like he's going to turn it down. So who's fucking ducking who? Who's not wanting the fight? Okay, $100 million, $20 million for one fight against a guy you can stop in 3 minutes if you really put your heart into it. If you really go in there and yell "Bomb Squad," I truly believe he could get Dominic Breazeale out of there in 3 minutes.
I would love to do a Deontay. I'll say this again for the record, even though it has been requested. I would love to do a Deontay Wilder call-in impression, but it just comes off completely utterly racist.
Get the Joshua fight
Deontay Wilder is such a stereotype right now. Like, he's being ignorant.
Brand your stereotype.
Name. He can't be that
your
stupid.
Character.
He can't be that stupid.
I hope he's not. Lee, he's given up a lot of money in his career already, waiting for this big Mayweather moment. Hello? All these fucking fights that have announced. That Klitschko fight was years ago. He was supposed to fight Klitschko before Fury or Joshua. They gave up that payday. $15 million? Nah. I'm going to make more.
Who is she?
Hope.
Who is she? Who is this girl in the evening dress that kept... I couldn't stand her either.
She had she did a dumb interview with Mikey.
She did every dumb interview.
When a fighter loses, don't know if you want to chase him to his dressing room to interview him again.
No, that's not her. That's the producer. Look, if you're going to be there...
it was her. Yeah,
no,
how do you feel
the producers told her to do it. She's not bright enough to know on her own. She doesn't even have any brain cells.
Oh, yeah, Lee. I know that, Lee. Not that she don't have brain cells, that the producers told her to do it, but dumb producers.
We don't have women to listen to the show. You know that women have... told me that women have less brain cells than men.
Oh, my gosh. That's a lie. Everyone knows you're lying who knows me. Everybody knows you're lying.
Andrew, are we done talking about this shit?
I don't know. Was I done? We were talking.
Are we done? I will let you continue.
Oh, you already threw me off. I don't even know what I was going to say.
Andrew, what is today? What is today?
St. Patty's Day. St. Patty's Day. This is the day. Right. This is the day Julio Cesar Chavez.
Andrew? What is the color of my skin?
Why? Are you Irish?
Sure. So that's sell more tickets? Whatever you want, kid. Whatever you want. I'm not like De La Hoya. I don't want to put a hit on you. I know you're doing a show. I don't want to interrupt you or the asshole. Right?
This was the day.
Do you think that I would go on Boxing Voice and talk about an Irish thing today? Do you think I'd do that, Andrew?
I don't know.
All right, I'm going to tell you the truth, and your white fans are going to like this. I'm doing it because Lee's white.
Oh,
that's why.
This is the day.
White things.
Chavez.
All the white stuff you like, Andrew. Do you like vanilla pudding? No.
St. Patty's Day has nothing to do with Irish to me. This is the day Chavez fought Maldrick Taylor for the first time. That's all St. Patty's.
I promoted that event, Andrew.
That's all St. Patty's Day turned into for me. This is the anniversary of Chavez's miracle comeback against Maldrick Taylor.
I was a bunch of white guys, Andrew. I was in charge of bringing in all the whites and wrangling all the whites and getting all the whites to Vegas.
Okay,
I'm very good at it. So I picked the whitest place to have my fight tonight. I picked Boston.
That's good.
I can't hold down the button and pull up the page for the fight at the same time, Andrew. It's very difficult. You need to stall in these and say something about my...
I don't know where you're going with this. Are you going to do the fight?
I'm going to talk about my fucking fight, Andrew, because I think...
Okay. All right.
To be honest, I think we've given Errol Spence in literally the most lopsided fight in boxing history too much time.
When you're talking about it being the fight of the year, the most anticipated welterweight showdown since Hagler, Leonard, or no, excuse me, Leonard Hearns,
that shit.
Duran Leonard, This was by far the most lopsided ass fight you could ever put on and say it was a super fight. This was not a super fight. Mikey Garcia did not show up. I don't give a shit. He took a beating. Whatever. The score was 300 and something to 75. Fuck out of here.
Bios? Do we have bios for this? Is there even any? This is so wrong that they
wins. He's only got 10
Yeah,
wins.
I get it.
Shit alone.
I cannot seem to continue to point out how fucking hilarious it is to me that Bob Arum on St. Patrick's Day is getting his Irish Olympian to fight in Boston against a dude named Hernandez.
He's from Belfast, Ireland. It's against the religion if he doesn't fight today in Boston. What are you talking about, bro?
Okay, he's fighting a Mexican at least.
And the MTK, they're mob. They're the ones controlling his career too.
MTK for life.
I'm just playing with MTK. I'm just playing.
They'll put a hit on you. Don't fuck around with the MTK. I now know Russians out in Hollywood. Don't screw around. All right,
it's a good fight. It's a good fight.
No, it's not a good fight.
The kid's 25 years old.
Dude, he's a 25-1 favorite in this fight.
I don't give a shit. The kid's okay, wait a minute. Kid's a Mexican. He's 25 years old, right? He's 24, 3, 2, and 11.
For those of you who are not looking at the screen and listening to this podcast, Michael Conlon today on Top Rank is fighting Ruben Garcia Hernandez from Mexico City, Mexico. I've never even heard of the way they're describing it. Like, he's literally in Distrito Federal. Like, what is this? Did he come out of custody? I don't understand. Distro Federal. The federal district. That's what this translates.
Maybe his mom had him behind bars. He's like Tupac.
He's the Mexican Tupac. Don't get me started on Jussie Smollett jokes, dude.
Ruben Garcia Hernandez.
Or I'm going to say that today on St. Patrick's Day, I am the white Tupac. You know, the funniest thing about Jussie Smollett is the fact that he said he was the gay Tupac. That is literally the funniest shit I have ever heard. I don't even know how you yell, I am the gay Tupac, because Tupac would have popped you with a gun if you had said the words gay and Tupac in the same sentence if you were alive. So, shit, I'll fucking double down on it. I'm the white Tupac on St. Patrick's Day. Michael Conlon versus Ruben Garcia Hernandez. Okay.
Is this on ESPN?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
Let's see what it says on BoxRec about this 25-1 dog of a fight. Shall we, Andrew? Because it's a dog with fleas.
Oh, he don't look like a fighter.
No.
That's not
impressive. Might be the Mexican Tupac.
That's not an impressive photo
there
right
it is
there.
Again. Straight out of the Distro Federal. I'm going to click on it to see where it takes me.
It's all in prison.
Wouldn't it be funny if a picture of a prison came up? That's some thug shit. Residence. Again, the Distro Federal. The Federal District of Mexico. I don't even know if that's a thing. All right, so he's fighting Conlon. He fought Nonito Donaire and lost a unanimous decision.
Huh.
Guy's kind of legit,
credit.
dude. He went 12 with Nonito.
There you go. Then he had a majority decision draw against a guy who was 7-5. So fuck, call it what it is.
Yeah.
He got a decision against a guy who was 1-5, 0-3, 0-9. What the hell? I can fight that.
Yeah, it's Ricardo Burgos, not Juan Carlos. It's not like he got a.
I know. Well,
he didn't get the right Burgos in the deal.
1-5. What the?
I don't see any names on here.
Lost to Randy Calabero. How do you say that name? Calabero.
Where? Randy Caballero. Caballero.
22-0. Well, hey, I did all right. Shit.
You did okay.
Act like I roll that shit every day.
You should.
Why should I, Lee? Why? Is it because I'm fucking brown? Obviously, because I'm brown, I should roll my R's.
You're mostly brown. You're mostly
exactly.
Brown.
So that's why I shouldn't. Jeez Almighty.
Your kids are brown. Your wife is
probably
brown.
Filipino. We're all mixed.
You're kind of all over the place. Look,
Everything.
my fiance is brown. I mean, why do we have to have a label? Actually, I think she's more orange right now. I think she's
on the path that we're on. We shouldn't, because what is that? Ancestry.com is pretty much proving our parents really didn't know shit about what we actually were. You're 1% of the whole damn world.
I'm actually native. I'm actually mostly Native American
but you
Indian.
got percentages of everything else, Lee. I'm telling you. Have you done it yet?
All right, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna put it up on this show. And when it mostly comes back Native American Indian, and everybody looks at me and goes,
everyone
"But
will
bro,
say,
you're white."
Everyone, mostly is fine, but there's still going to be like 40 other % chopped into a lot of other things, because we've been walking this planet for a very long time. Ugh.
Well, since part of my heritage is white, I guarantee it's going to be all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
I guarantee that, because whites will stick their penises into just about anything.
Oh my gosh.
I cleaned it up, didn't I?
He's terrible, you guys. I don't know what the hell to say.
Really? You're the one who brought up the racist tweet shit today.
I'm bringing up news. Okay,
no,
that's a bit
based on how hard I had to look for it, which I did live. No, nobody wants it to be news but you, Andrew. So is there anything else on this?
I'm sorry that I'm up to date. Sorry that did you even check when the tweet happened? Was it an hour ago? Was it 2 days ago? Jeez, don't throw me under the bus without doing your investigation.
I like throwing you, Andrew. I like throwing you under the bus.
That tweet could have been 5 minutes ago. It could be the biggest news
not 5 minutes ago, Andrew. You can keep saying that.
By the time you put this show on Facebook, it might be the biggest news in boxing. Hello.
All right, Andrew. So here's my question about the fight: Conlan Hernandez.
What
is the over and unders of racial slurs thrown at Hernandez? Do you think we will physically be able to hear them?
No, I do not. I have more hope or faith in the humanity.
Really?
No,
Austin?
Yes.
You're talking about Patriots fans.
Oh my God. Yes, I'm going to say we will not hear one racist slur over TV. I hope not. Oh, that's going to be terrible, Lee.
Would that not be the fucking...
Yeah, it is going to be funny, hilarious now if it happens, because you're saying it.
I'm going to watch for one reason and one... Look, I got to go to Cirque du Soleil tonight. Okay.
Oh, Dumbo's coming out.
Did I officially make myself the gay Tupac by saying I'm going to Cirque du Soleil? I'm the gay.
That's not the other circus though. That's like the one.
The one with people who wear makeup. Yeah, Andrew, the one you fall asleep at, that your wife wants to go to, that you don't want to go to, but she wants to go.
No, she wants to gamble. Yeah, she'll put $100 on the table before she puts it on Cirque du Soleil. Let me tell you, shit.
You just haven't. Look, okay, next time we all go to Vegas, okay, kids stay home. I will make sure we'll go do the shows. We'll do the food. I'll hook you up, bro.
Yeah.
Hook you up.
Yes, but she still loves to gamble.
Yes, she married you. Why do you give me a simple? That's a softball in my business.
Whatever, dude.
I actually was drinking coffee when you said it and tried hard not to do a spit take when you did it.
Maybe I didn't gamble before I got with her. How about that? Oh, yeah. I'll tell you one thing I didn't do is eat ranch with anything. She got me into that. Now I eat ranch with everything.
Ranch is great.
I know. It's a fucking universal.
Does she make the original? This is a weird conversation because Louis Collazo's fighting tonight.
Prison Wars. This should be called Prison Wars. I'm going to watch it. I'm interested in this fight because of the tattoo.
I'm telling you, Bob.
I think someone gets shanked at the end.
Andrew, if you don't believe that this was actually okay. I don't believe Bob actually put this fight card together, but I'm telling you, when they're putting this shit together, they're thinking to themselves, "Hey, do you think the white people will like watching a prison fight?" That if that sentence doesn't come out of the creative
gambling on, Top Rank, their ballrooms would have gambling on site. Sometimes it's just a table that says odds that's written on a whiteboard. It's fucking awesome. I hope they have odds on that fight. Yes, Lee, you are right. People will bet on the tattoos. Yes, sir.
White guys watching two Mexicans.
No, it's a Mexican or Puerto Rican, bro. Get it right. Bob Arum did his thing there. I want to say.
Look, I'm calling it exactly how it is in boxing. Look at the two Mexicans. I understand that Luis Collazo is from Puerto Rico. Okay, I get that. You think a Boston fan is sophisticated enough to know?
Oh, Samuel Vargas from Canada.
Dude, they're Mexican. They're brown.
But he's Canadian, you jerk.
I didn't know that.
Oh, he's from Colombia.
I thought he was Mexican.
He's from Colombia, so they're going to be.
He's Spanish, man. He's Latin.
You know what? They're going to know the Puerto Rican in Boston. You know that. Puerto Rican.
No, they're not. There are no Puerto Ricans in Boston. This isn't a fight in New York.
Oh, my gosh. Lee, the one they're not going to know is the Colombian. They're going to call him Mexican, bro. I'm telling you, they're going to do what I just did and just label him Mexican.
Telling you there won't even be a brown face in the crowd for this fight.
Oh, my God. You're terrible.
Fucking Boston people, Andrew. Can't fucking wait for this fight tonight, Andrew. Oh my God, I'm gonna get so fucking drunk.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm gonna watch me some Patriots game footage first. Then I'm gonna go watch these Mexicans beat the shit out of each other.
Ray Donovan's brother will be in the crowd tonight.
No shit, dude. This is fucking ridiculous.
No, it's not. It's the same thing.
It's borderline criminal, dude.
No, it's the same thing as when Mexicans on Mexican in the
a gang fight. Your main event is Irish McWhitey beating the shit out of a Mexican. Dude, he's Irish McWhitey. He might as well wear green and dress up like a leprechaun. At least it's better than Sean Porter doing it. Like, he should come out dancing a fucking jig. He should have fucking bagpipes.
Mexicans do it too. Floyd pretends to be Mexican and fights on Mexican holidays. I mean, come on.
I get it. I just want everybody to call it correctly. I mean, I get labeled as, Lee, you're really racist. No, I'm not. I'm pointing out that racism sells, and we do it every single day. We're not an elevated country. Top Rank isn't above putting on Whitey McWhite guy against as Mexican as it gets. I guarantee this dude from Mexico can't even speak a word of English. Okay, the only word in English he knows is...
What does that have to do with anything?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm literally surprised he's not fighting a black guy. The only reason I don't think he's fighting... No, you want to know the reason you don't do it? Because they will get racial epitaph.
For Boston, you'd want an Irish. I mean, an Italian, excuse me. If they could get an undefeated Italian against Conlon on St. Patty's Day, then we got to fight. To be honest with you, it's Italians versus Irish in Boston, right? That's the real throwdown. So yeah, if Bob wanted to,
I don't want to break it to you. It's gonna be anything that is not white is against white people on St. Patrick's Day, dude. It's literally the biggest amateur. Dude, I don't even think New Year's is as amateur hour as St. Patrick's Day is. One of my favorite bands is playing at a local bar. I don't want to go because I just know it's going to be a room full of beach white people.
They just whacked the Irish mob guy too a few months ago. Whitey. What's his name? Whitey Bollinger?
But yeah, he was white, dude.
Yep, he finally got
Whitey Bulger was white.
Bink, 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 bink. You get so much news with this show. It's unbelievable.
Collazo, so you get Collazo Vargas, Conlon Hernandez. That's it. There's nothing else on the card. It's a shit card. I mean, I'm going to watch all of it. It should be starting right about now, right? It's noon, West Coast or East Coast?
Oh, is it really early fight, huh? Check the time. Well, don't just say that.
Look, here's the thing. When you got to put that much content on ESPN Plus or any of those stations, Andrew, why don't you just show the whole card the way that PBC did last night? Put it on Facebook. Some asshole like me who thinks he's a reporter is going to watch all of it.
I used to. Oh, boy, did I used to go sit through hours of that shit. And then you start realizing they're all fucking fixed fights, man. Oh, yeah. It's all showcase shit, dude. Like, sometimes the guy doesn't even put in an effort. He's fucking 8-8. He doesn't give a shit about his career anymore. Like you said, get up, you calling them B word, but you shouldn't. But you know what I'm saying, Lee? You see so many
Did
of
you
those.
really just say the B word? Are you
Yeah.
afraid of people just by saying the B word?
Well, I don't like calling fighters, guys that actually make a living getting their heads hit, bitches. Okay, because that to me that's disrespectful.
Was
so I don't
Oscar
like
a
saying
bitch when he took a dive against?
no. That's just why I don't say that about them. But
So
I
he was
understand.
just a
I
bad actor.
understand. Yes, he was. Oh yeah, the acting was very bad on that day. But you see it all the time with those showcase fights, man. Those guys aren't there to win. They're there to pad the record of the promoter who really wants his undefeated guy to go to another level. And guess what? Those guys that pad records, they get multiple fights for that. They continue to get a paycheck because the promoter knows that they're on the undercard on no TV padding records.
Okay. I'm with you, Andrew.
That's why I'm telling you I don't watch the lower fight. I used to until I seen way too many of those. There's very rare that you watch an off-TV 6-round fight against a guy who's 10-0 versus a guy who's 5-8, and it turned out to be this classic that ESPN re-shows because it was so great. No, it's never that fight. Nah, I pass.
ESPN Plus will start streaming at noon, Andrew. West Coast.
Thank you.
There you go.
I was
For anybody
looking
who's
for that.
listening to this. Last topic, and Andrew and I will get out of here. No, there was no other news this week. All they talked about was Mikey Garcia this week.
The big news is coming in a few days, Lee. We'll probably be back on Wednesday when Deontay finally tells everyone what he's really going to do.
I don't know why you're going to be surprised by this, Andrew.
I know.
Right, next Saturday, Andrew, Fight Net Radio is going to be live at a fight. What's that mean, Andrew? Am I taking the credit card with me?
Yes, you are.
That's right. Go to Fight
One
Net
day
Radio.
that's going to hurt you. You keep announcing that. You know that, right?
Dude, they have to find me. Part of the game is you have to find me.
You're going to have some guy who likes to drink. Hey, Lee.
No. Look, the events that I go to, generally the promoters and a few of the event people know who I am because I talk to people. I'm okay. But I've had at Roy Jones events, I've had people say, there are people looking for you. I think they want drinks. Yeah, okay. Tell them I'm over by the press area, and then I'll go sit on the VIP couches. Look, you know what I look like. If you can't fucking handle your scandal, I'm around ringside somewhere. The reason I bring that up, March 23rd, Costa Mesa, California. It's really the OC Fairgrounds. I'm going to give you some tips. I know we have a few of the FNR regulars that are actually debate. We had the debate last night in the room about going. March 23rd, it's Pulev versus Dainu. It's the brand new Andrew heavyweight division of Top Rank Boxing. On the undercard is Jesse Magdaleno, who Bob can't ever seem to stop talking about for some ridiculous reason. It's going to be on Top Rank, and the reason I'm bringing that all up, I will be there. I submitted my credential literally days after the deadline, Andrew. They still approved me. And what does that teach us?
That's not a good thing to do, Lee.
No. I didn't want to actually originally want to go to the fight. I just did it at the last minute when, Saturday's open. I'll put it in. If Sita and the gang over there says yes, I'll go, right? That was my attitude. And this is an important tip to all you aspiring writers or people who have websites who think you're writers in boxing that listen to this show and steal from me and Andrew. The reason I get to go to any fight, when I put my name on a credential and it is raining fucking cats and dogs at an outdoor venue for an outdoor fight, guess what? I'm still going to show up. You know why? My name's on it. Andrew and I really went out to Fresno for those fight cards and actually gave them really good coverage. And we watched all of those MTK fights that were really bad. But we did it. We had a good time. But I really think that it was about the place that we went to that had the really good hot dogs. But that's just me. And Andrew's later on betting at the track after betting on Japanese horses. Were you, Andrew?
Only thing running at 11 p.m., Lee.
So live on ESPN next week and ESPN Deportes, 10 o'clock, 7 o'clock Pacific. The entire undercard will go off at 3:30. I will be at the fairgrounds around 3 or 3:30 and be there all day. I don't think my daughter has competitions that day. So heavyweight contender Kubrat Pulev, ranked number 1 by the IBF, will put his rating against the line against Bogdan Dainu, who you've never heard of. and you will never hear from again after this fight, on Saturday, March 23rd at the Hangar in Costa Mesa. I think this is co-promoted with SoCal Fights. I've actually got a relationship with them. I probably could have gotten my credential through there if I wanted. But whatever the case, I'm going to be there. I'm going to bring the credit card. I'll bring a pocket full of cash. If you're a Fight Net Radio regular, this is how it works. I'm usually in the press area. I'm somewhere around the press area. I do like to walk around because I do get tremendously bored. But I'll have my head all shaved. I will look the part. I always tweet. I always Instagram, and I always Facebook what I'm wearing and where I am. You can.
If you really want your drink,
just
not
come over
ask,
and see me.
Yeah, don't ask for Lee. Find Lee, so
Find
then
me.
he can't
Right.
get out of there.
Right. Look, I had a writer at the Las Vegas event, the last one I went to. He's like, "Oh yeah, I listened to your show." I went, "Cool. Want a hot dog?" Like, we were working, and he's like, "Yeah, I was gonna go get some food. Do you want some?" And he was getting ready to pay. I said, "I'm buying. You actually listen to the show. It's kind of a rule." He goes, "Oh, that really is a thing." This is what he said. "Oh, that really is a thing." I said, "Yeah, that's really a thing." And by the way, if you don't believe that some of the writers don't hit me up on Twitter and go, "Hey, Lee, are you going to buy drinks at so-and-so fight?" The writers, yeah, cheap fucks. I buy everybody. I'm cool. I don't get to drink, so I try to get Andrew drunk. Now Andrew is responsible, and he doesn't drink. It's really lame when we go to fights. Now, I don't have Andrew. He doesn't get to come to Vegas anymore because he has too many kids. When we go to local fights, he won't drink because he's responsible and has to
drive.
Take him home. Yeah, good man. You got a real job. Good for you.
Yep.
So I've decided to become an alcoholic again, Andrew. I don't see any other way around it. And I'm going to start on March 23rd at the Top Rank event.
Shit.
Tune in. I'm going to live stream it.
He might be in the ring by the end of the night.
Fuck it. It's only been like 30 years as a bright. What is it? 25 years?
You're white, so you probably walk right past security. They won't even stop you.
They don't. I told the story of the last Mikey Garcia fight, right?
Yes. That's why I'm playing with you.
Mikey Garcia. I did it at Mikey Garcia. I did it at the Horn fight in Vegas when I took a literal civilian. He's like, "How do you know about this shit?" I'm like, "I'm psychic, but I'm also white. So what does it matter?" I'm going to give a tip to everybody. Here's the secret. Look at the seating chart before the fight and look for empty seats, like a bulk of empty seats in a section that is close to the ring. Then go at 3:00, make friends with the security guard, bring them like a soda or a bottle of water back and forth. Dude, they're not going to stop you. They're not going to stop you.
And one shout out to Texas. They did show up last night, right? 47,000 at the Spence Garcia. That's an awesome turnout.
Half of the stadium, which it's the biggest stadium in the United States. So 47. I just love the fact the way that they played it on PBC, right?
I believe
101,000 people for WWE, 104,000 for George Strait, and then casually as they're going off, there's like, "Oh, we're expecting 40,000 tonight."
Manny would bring more eyes to that fight. So I think at 47,000, if they were impressed with Spence, that's his home state, they bring him back with Pacquiao, you might get about 60 to 75,000 hopefully in that stadium. I do think.
Andrew, why not? Why not? That's what I said last night.
What? They're not? You said they're not?
I said why not? Andrew.
Oh, why not? Why not?
Why not? In between executing, why does it sound more Russian?
No, you're doing fine. That sounds like man. Hey, I like when Manny's under pressure. He acts like he doesn't know English, right? Yeah, this is a fight. We all want to see. Like, shut up, fool. You know English, so fucking spit it out. He's like, I love
when he goes, "Why not?"
Hey,
I love Errol Spence going, "Hey, let's fight." Sure.
He's like, this is what he really meant to say, you guys. I didn't know under Al Heyman he was still gonna boss me around like Bob. I thought I was fighting Mayweather, but now they say I'm fighting this black guy. I don't know, but yeah, okay.
You went racist and I didn't.
Oh, shut up! I ain't go racist. That's what happened. Didn't you see how much he was stuttering? He didn't want to fight Spence.
I don't want to fight. Nobody wants to fight Spence. Spence is actually a nice guy.
You didn't want to fight. You didn't want to fight the blown up welterweight in Terrence Crawford. No, let's fight the junior middleweight, Spence Jr. That's how I want to end my career. Fuck no, he didn't. Lee, he was promised Mayweather. Maybe he gets Mayweather, but I don't like what Al Heyman did to him last night. Sure in the hell looked like Manny was a little uncomfortable being in that ring, accepting a fight with the fighter he had no idea he was supposed to meet when he signed this contract.
You know that we only talked about really literally 3 events today, and we took like an hour and 45 minutes to talk about 3 events.
That's good.
We talked about Conlon. We talked about 2 events, really. I don't even think we gave enough time to Bob's event next week. The very nice people. I'm just saying, go to fightnetradio.com.
We'll bring it back Wednesday. Listen, you guys, heavyweight show. We'll have Deontay's announcement that he's scared of AJ. Then we'll have the heavyweight fights. We'll do that one. Let me look a little up on the guy, Dinu.
The sound you make while a spoon is putting your ass. Is this Jeopardy?
I would not know that. I would not know that sound.
It's a good one, right? Come on. I get bonus points for that one. I did that one on the fly, too. I don't think it's as good as gambling and your wife marrying you. On the fly jokes, that's probably the best joke of the show. But the sound you make when a spoon's inserted in your ass. No, wait, I'll do it in Jeopardy format. Go ahead, do it again. Say the words. What is the sound you make when a spoon's inserted in your ass? Shout out to Alex Trebek. Hope you get over your cancer, bro.
Yeah, it's sad.
Well, it's going to make old people very sad, Andrew. That's a routine. I don't know about old people and Wheel of Fortune. And is your mom a Wheel of Fortune / Jeopardy person?
No, she's not.
My dad is. My dad is. The old people around here are. Maybe it's old white people that are into it. Have you ever thought about that?
Nope. I haven't thought about that either.
What do you occupy your thoughts with during the day?
Raiders, conspiracy. Donald Trump has ties in with the 5 families of New York. Things like this.
I didn't know that you were a conspiracy theory nut. You just became so much more interesting to me.
You didn't know that? The Raiders stadium.
Oh, no. That stuff I know. Yeah, I didn't know that you had a general, 9/11 was it? Are you like 9/11 was an inside job crazy?
No. I listened to
Are you Bobby Capucci crazy?
No, I listened to Bush Sr. a long time ago when he was head of CIA, and he said if the regular American knew about what we were doing, they would have overthrew us a long time ago. Believe that shit. Believe that shit.
Yeah, but I knew that shit. That's not great.
No,
that's not.
Everyone go look up when Donald Trump was taking over Atlantic City. Go Google what happened to him when he was taking all those boxing matches away from Vegas, and then when he becomes president, turns around and slaps Vegas in the face with legalized gambling. There were 6 casinos, Lee, 6 casinos that were boarded up in Atlantic City before that day. The Superior Court granted everyone the right to open up a sports book. Now all of Atlantic City is up and running. Yes, it is.
So if you want to join me next week at
families
the
are happy
in Costa Mesa, I'm going to show you how to do it on the video. First of all, you can go to our YouTube page and watch the video of today's show and see what we were looking at. There wasn't much. We had a few videos and a few articles and a few pictures and a few box recs to look at. If you're watching this as a video, you should probably listen to it as a podcast. I think it's a little better. I'm trying to work out live video of me. I don't think you want live video of Andrew while we're doing the show. I just think it would be weird. Maybe one of us in the background. Click on the Facebook link. Go to our Facebook page, which is Fight Net Radio on Facebook, right? Click on the old events tab on the left-hand side. Not difficult to do. And then at the very, 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 very top, you'll see that on March 23rd, we are doing a live.
This is the return of Magdaleno, isn't it? I believe this is his first fight back since Boo Boy. What is that kid that whooped his ass?
Yeah, whatever.
Let me look it up. Yeah, Rico Ramos. decent gatekeeper. Used to be, I believe, an Olympian, former world title.
It's not a horrible night, Andrew. That's the reason I want to go. First of all, you know that Tyson Fury is going to be there, right? Which means I can go talk to Tyson Fury. You know that regular writers aren't going to this, right? On a Saturday night in LA. It's not drawing Steve Kim. This isn't like a regular, that's not this crowd, right? But I know I'm going to get Tyson Fury. I'm not going to have to fight with a lot of writers.
Look,
right?
And Magdaleno's like an X-Men. He has silver hair like Storm. He's 25-1-18. He just got beat by Isaac Dogboy. Remember Dogboy? There you go. And I think Dogboy's lost the title since then, but whatever. I should be able to walk around and get a few comments for our video. I'm going to do exclusive YouTube content if I do this correctly. Magdaleno's biggest win is Nonito Donaire 2016. He beat Donaire in a unanimous decision. Let me go. Rico Ramos is 35-2. 2-9. He's been stopped twice in his career. He has 14 knockouts. He's the vacant NABA super bantamweight champion right now. How about that? He lost to Jesus Cuellar for the interim WBA title.
Should I be worried, Andrew, that we've already helped sell 18 tickets to this event already?
Good. He beat, for the WBA super bantamweight title, Akifumu Shimura.
Are you trying to make this into more of a fight than it actually is? Look, I'm going to watch a bunch
It's a decent two fights. I'm telling you, the Magdaleno Ramos is a decent fight.
The two main fights are okay, but you know that I'm going to go at 3:30 anyway and watch the entire undercard, and that means I got to sit through 4 hours to get to these two fights.
I think Dinnu fought someone. Who did Dinnu fight? I'm going to say he fought Joshua. Was it Joshua or Wilder? I seen this fucking names before, Dinnu. I think we made fun of him, and now he's fighting Kovalev.
Well, whatever the case, Andrew, we'll have to record a live show while I'm there because I got to kill 4 hours.
His name came up as dining. Dinnu, damn it.
We can record Sunday show while I'm there live. Should I bring the megaphone and do Bob impressions while I'm at a Bob Arum event? Will that be the trifecta?
Oh my God. Will you go to his pro record, Box Rec Bungdun Dinnu? Oh, this is not Romania.
No, I already know about Dinnu. I actually looked this up.
Jamal Miller. That's who just knocked. He just got knocked out by Jamal Miller in November. The fuck is he doing fighting again in March for a title shot? Look at that picture. If there's anything that would not make you more confident in betting on a guy,
bro. MTK for life.
I would show him this picture and go, "This is who you're betting on." Oh, the confidence just goes out the window. Jamal Miller.
He lost to Big Baby Miller.
Yep. And he follows it up with another title shot.
Out by Jarrell Big Baby Miller. That's embarrassing. You should hang up your gloves at that point. Like, if you lose to Dillian White, Jarrell Big Baby Miller, and your record... Okay, so, all right, you guys want some bonus shit? Can I tell you a crazy idea? By the way, if you're not a regular listener, you got more than enough. Turn off right now, because what I'm about to talk about is going to piss off most boxing fans.
Oh, man.
No, it's not that crazy, Andrew.
Okay.
Okay, so it's in the reality of I win the $500 million lottery. Do you think that if I won the lottery, right, and I had an endless supply of money, that I could manufacture a 20-0 and 20 KO career in pro boxing?
Yes, absolutely.
And then retire.
You would buy the padded records that we've been talking about. They go for about $15,000 per fight. You can get a win.
That's all it would be. I thought it would be more. I was thinking about this.
Lee, now hold on, Lee. You're fighting guys that are 8-23. Okay, dude, you're fighting guys that are 5-17.
Look, I don't want to train, Andrew. I'm too lazy for that. How much do you think it is to buy 20 fighters?
I said 15 grand per fight. So do the math. Times it by 20. That's your.
You could buy an 8-12 fighter for 15 grand.
Yes, for one night. Yes, for one night. Yes, of course. And you give them some little buffet food, feed their family. What the fuck? Tell them to bring everybody.
Oh my God,
Yes.
that's a well spent 400 grand or so.
How do you
And
think
I'm
all
going
these?
in-
How do you think all these promoters bring these overseas fighters with 30-0 records? They're buying all of that, man. You come to America and try to win a fucking world title. That's all it's
So
about.
I think so. Here's the idea that I came up with, right? So let's say that I invest $500,000 into this project when I win the 550. I have a new plan about the 550 million I win on the lottery on Wednesday, Andrew. Right? I'm going to invest $500,000 in being 20-0 with 20 KOs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's my plan. I'm not going to actually train. I'm not even going to cut weight. I want to look like shit. Okay. I want to go in there and do the Homer Simpson routine and be called Lee the Terminator Honish, right? And
well, you want people to believe that you're the guy. So you got to train. You got to show the illusion that you're actually yeah.
I've watched some of these undercard fights, Andrew. They're not even giving the illusion.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to fight for the title. You want to go 20-0-20 and leave. So there is a difference there. There is a difference. Yeah.
So I can just show up and be the beginning of all these cards, right? Or ballroom boxing. I
promise you, you win 500 million, I can get you a guy that will get to a title. You give me that type of money, I will get the fighters that will pad the record to get our ranking. Fuck yeah, it can be done. Yes, sir.
So do we want to do this? Wait, and by the way, do we want to document it on video as well?
No, probably not.
And spike the ball as we're doing it, kind of thing.
Probably not.
The most infamous group in boxing history.
I would probably go, hey babe, did someone hit my car? Walk outside and get shot 6 times in the torso. Rest in peace, Frankie. But that's probably what would happen if you made this movie, Lee. You might not want to. Didn't I just tell you three of Donald Trump's
what's the point of the next Lee Honish stupid stunt to get more listeners?
Went up in a helicopter, both propellers came off. Did you hear me, Lee? It's in the post. Both fucking propellers flew right off the helicopter. Yeah, bam, down they went. No. Don't make the movie. No, sir.
There you guys go. That's what I'm thinking if I win the lottery on Wednesday.
We're going to make the Netflix movie.
I'm not going to spend $500,000 on Floyd in my 1-round fight and flying people in. I'm going to go 20-0 by 20 knockouts. I'm going to knock everybody out by body shots too, Andrew. Right? I'm just going to go in and do the Homer Simpson routine. I want him to batter me around the ring for the first round, and I don't want to put up anything at all. And I want to hire probably Mauro Ranallo to do all my videos.
You could be the king of the undercard.
My God, look at the beating he's taking in the ring.
Hey, what was Fat Butterbean, the king of the 4-rounders. That's what you're looking for.
I don't even need to be that, dude. And then at the beginning of the second round, I come out and I just throw one vicious uppercut into the body. And they do the Oscar de la... I want him to do the whole Oscar de la Hoya, too. I want him to hit the mat exactly the same in all 20 fights, too. I want him to hit the mat and go, but he just hit so hard. I didn't expect it.
There's a rumor going around.
You get 20-0 by 20 KOs in that.
There is a rumor going around that it was Gotti's younger brother that shot Frankie Kelly. Gotti's brother has come out of prison and might have striked a hit. That's breaking news. Go ahead.
So if I win the lottery, Andrew, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
And we should do it as a reality show, but make everybody believe that it's real. Right? The only people that will know are the people who listen to this moment going, this isn't real. So it's kind of got like a swirly underground vibe that maybe it's fake.
If you're listening to this, you could do your pro debut for 15 grand against Lee Honish. Know that. Call me. All you have to do is make weight. Fuck out of here.
20-0, 20 KOs. Woo! Wouldn't it be the best if I got
You'd be the king of the undercards, bro. We'll get someone like Camacho Jr., Chavez Jr. He's the main event. He'll draw in the tickets. You're the king of the 4-rounder. 20-0 and 20, I could do that easy. That's not even.
Yeah, I don't know if I could drop the 150 or 75, whatever these fuckers are weighing in at. I mean, they're small.
Just get ripped. Do steroids. Get buff.
Well, yeah, I would. By the way, I would.
We're fucking going to Mexico and buying steaks the same day.
No. I would invest $1 million into this project to make Fight Net Radio that big, and literally do the biggest stunt that I have ever. That by far, this would be my craziest stunt, would it not?
Yes, sir.
First of all, I got to get medically cleared by the state of California to be a boxer at age 51, which would be ridiculous all by itself.
4-round fights.
Could you imagine that first
4-round fights?
I'm going to have to pay off the California Commission just to get me approved as a pro fighter, because I got to be a pro. It's no fun if I'm not a pro and not on BoxRec, right?
You will be on BoxRec. No, BoxRec don't know
I've
shit.
already made a Bear Dog for MMA, Andrew.
We clearly know BoxRec don't know anything but exactly what it says, the record of a boxer. Okay, so that's all they look at. You will be on there. You start putting in wins as a professional fighter, you will be on BoxRec.
I mean, they took me out of their system.
Oh, that sucks.
What?
Shouldn't have done that live.
I'm so disappointed by Sherdog.
Talk about a backfire.
Wait, hold on. Let me try their find a fighter. Hold on.
Find a retired fighter. Do they have one for retired guys?
No, I'm still there. Right there.
Yay, look at that. Live.
Team Sheen, Andrew. Team Sheen. Woo, that's funny.
I could do a show with the ex-professional cage fighter. I got to start saying that one. Look at that pro fight. You have a better profile pic than fucking Bindu. What the hell, Lee?
Yeah, but I lost.
Damn it. I don't care. He socked the shit out of that dude. He looks like the guy from Jackass.
Actually, not only did he get socked really bad right there, Andrew, he also shattered his leg and had to wear a full leg cast.
What is the name of the guy that got a tattoo of himself on his back?
Oh yeah, no, I don't remember.
That's him. He looks like he just socked that dude. Oh, I can't think of his name. I know it's gonna come to me. Damn it! I'll bet you he's Irish too.
That's a little slice of awesome history. 185 pounds. I don't even know how I'd make 185 pounds again, Andrew.
Born NA, age NA.
Wait,
That's so
but I'm
classic.
from Malibu, California, and I'm associated with Team Sheen.
You're a middleweight, my ass.
No, I am. I was 185 pounds. 185 pounds is middleweight. In MMA, middleweight is 185
I forgot.
pounds.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
In jiu-jitsu, it's 180 pounds. Like grappling and submission, it's 180. Dude, I'm walking around right now at 215 now that I don't have that fucking Andrew pregnancy belly anymore that I had at your wedding. I showed that to a couple of people at my event on Friday. They go, that's a fake photo. I said, that is not a fake photo. That photo, what, October? September, October? When was that?
August 13th.
All right, August.
The only thing I know off the top of my head.
Wait, I've lost 30 pounds since that event because of that photo.
Very nice.
No, I'm back down to my normal weight. I'm back down to whatever I am, 216, 220, whatever. I'm okay. I mean, what was I for Bonaducci? 20. We were talking about it that day, right? I was like 205, 207.
Eating tacos.
And that was in shape.
You were eating tacos. Yeah. You were being Chris Arreola that day.
Well, you told me to eat.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you can't starve yourself.
Yeah, I was going to starve. I was concerned with how I would look in front of my adoring audience that was going to call me gay all night. God, it's nothing better than being called gay for hour after hour and then doing interviews with people.
That's why you think Boston.
Everybody called you gay all night?
Now you know why Lee thinks the crowds are going to say racist things tonight. He's having backflashes from Bonaducci.
Right now.
You fag!
Yeah! Tell me it wasn't like that, Andrew. Tell me it wasn't. You saw the YouTube comments that went on for years. For years, Andrew. For years.
All right. I think my kids are parentless out there. I might have to get out. Christina had to take my niece shopping today. So.
All right. If you guys want to watch the video, go to fightnetradio.com. Click on the video. If you want to go next week and see me, go to the event page on our Facebook page. Buy a ticket. They're cheap. Just find me over in the press area. I'll be around. You can't miss me. You literally can't miss me. I stick out like a sore thumb because I look like I don't want to be there. And then tonight, check out the Michael Conlon fight. If you're a regular, you could probably jump on the chat room, and I will probably be watching in about an hour all the undercard fights, just so I can listen for racial slurs by the drunken. How many people will you see get arrested in the background? Let's go with an easy one, Andrew. Do you think we'll see anybody in the background either in a fight in the crowd or being escorted out?
You might because of that.
1.5.
You might because the alcohol consumption has started early this morning, correct?
Okay, so I'm setting the line right now, Andrew.
There's many people in Boston.
1.5.
Yeah, they're shit-faced right now. So, yes,
Okay.
I do think we will see a few. You know, when the crowd is looking behind and not actually in the ring, we might see that a few times today. Everyone
I'm still setting the over and under at 1.5 to where the crowd is looking over to another section.
I will say over. I'm going to say over 1.5. Yes, sir.
Second bet, Andrew. Second bet. Wait, this is a great game. Second bet. How many crowd shots where they go, woo, Patriots, or whatever, right? Boston, where they do the drunken.
Just hella drunk.
Right, hella drunk. I'm going to set that line at over-unders 4.5.
Ooh, that's a lot. That's almost every commercial break, but I'm going to say yes. I think the camera is going to play to the crowd. Fuck yeah. Why not?
Woo. All right. Last bet. Over-under is set at 1. Here it comes, Andrew. You will hear one racist thing on the broadcast.
No, I'm going under. America will not let me down. Come on, Boston. Come on.
Come on.
You guys have Tom fucking Brady out there. Don't embarrass yourself.
Okay. One more bet.
Lee, they don't have to be racist anymore. Yes, before Tom Brady and Belichick came to their land, they had to be racist. They sucked. They were Boston. They had the Celtics, right? That's about it. I don't watch hockey. I don't know about shit about that. Tom Brady has given them, 15, 18 years of just like, suck it. You know, I don't even care. Who cares that they lost Super Bowls? The man's been to 9 fucking Super Bowls. You better not be racist anymore. You should love. They have generations of kids that have just seen winning. Just winning. You better not have hate in your heart today, Boston.
Okay, so last bet. I guess
they had the Red Sox.
I'm loving these bets, Andrew, because the fights are pretty one-sided. Here's another good bet. How many fighters will they show at the event in Boston? I'm going to set the line at 3 celebrities / active boxers. I'm going to set the line at 3.
Damn, that's a hard one because it's Top Rank. It's not PBC. It's Sunday. Yeah, it's Boston. I don't know. I'm going to go under. I'm going to say under. Is there enough white fighters for this to be an over? Let me think of that one. There's that side of it too. You know how Bob
Tyson
is.
Fury's there, guaranteed. So you got one right out of the gate, right?
You're right. You're probably right. That's what I'm thinking right now too. Yeah. Shit, that's gonna be hard. I'm gonna say
the heavyweight division. Did they sign Dillian as theirs?
Yeah, but Dillian is yes,
not gonna be.
Yes.
He's not that stupid.
He's not Irish.
Right.
No, I'm gonna say under Lee Duran. He wanted to fight.
Duran is my favorite part of the entire weekend festivities.
I thought he wanted a piece of Leon Love. I thought Duran was gonna try to make a comeback there. Anyways,
Duran was the best part of the weigh-ins by far. Even this chick right here who couldn't believe the shit was going on, like she never broke character or face through the whole thing. It was quite fantastic. There it is. There's our.
He looks like a kid. Well, they both look like kids. Man, never mind.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. That's it, dude.
Done? Have we officially done a long show now? Take us out, Andrew.
Well.
Come on,
we didn't get what we wanted last night. I ended Friday's show with we were hoping a star, possibly 2 stars, would come out of Saturday's fight. Spence is still undefeated. Don't know if Spence made enough noise to be heard on Monday morning. Mikey Garcia got shut out 12-0. Didn't win a round. Barely won 30 seconds. He didn't even win a minute of the fight. So altogether, Al Heyman needs to hurry up and double down on Spence, get him back on TV. Overall, I got to say this thing was C-. It was not a good showing for the PBC. You had fights that ended way too early. Again, too much dead time, too much talking, too much let's replay. Lee, you were telling me they were showing old fights on the UK feed.
Oh, yeah,
Nobody pays
showing past fights.
Yeah, it's just that's a bad look. This is the second time it's happened to the PBC's pay-per-view events. They need to get better with the matchmaking. Like I said, this could be a possibility of they're just stringing themselves out a little too far right now. They got too many fighters on different platforms, not enough competition to take one of the platforms seriously. You can't charge people $75 for the performance that was put in for last night, both on the undercard and the main event, and then on the undercard of Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. So they need to get better at that. Spence does look like he's still on his way. He's not there yet. He's not the best in the world. He's not pound for pound. Hell, he's not even the best at welterweights. Pacquiao was one of the best at welterweights. He lost to Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn then lost to Terrence Crawford. So to me, Terrence Crawford's got more of an argument to sit up top of the welterweight division than Spence Jr. does right now. It's a shame these two aren't even mentioning each other. You know what? As much as shit as I'm going to give Spence, let me throw something out to you, Terrence Crawford. Where the fuck were you last night? Why didn't you buy a ticket and holler from the sidelines that you want the fight? Where are you pushing it on your side? So both of them, shame on both of them that the best fight right now to be made in boxing isn't even being talked about.
That'll do it. Go to fightnetradio.com. Thanks, everyone. Andrew has to go and be a parent because we can't just keep talking shit all day.
They might have...
FightNetRadio.com. Fight now!